Hey, I'm Luna, and this is the Grimoire by Lunary.
And I'm Sage. We've been talking about magic being simple yet profound today.
Exactly, which makes me think of one specific path that feels so grounded, the Green Witch.
Oh, interesting. A lot of people romanticize witchcraft but forget how tactile it actually is to work with plants.
Right, so imagine someone whose hands get dirty, and who feels most like themselves outdoors, tending a garden or growing something from seed.
That's the essence, Luna. They aren't trying to be magical in a loud way, they're just paying attention to what their plants are teaching them.
And that connection is rooted entirely in relationship, rather than rigid belief systems or dramatic rituals.
It's about consistency over intensity. Like when you water your garden, it doesn't feel like a spell, but it has real power because of how much care goes into it.
Which is why this path focuses heavily on the earth element energy, and practices such as growing herbs with intention or making simple teas.
But let's get practical here. What does a green witch actually use in their toolkit compared to someone who works with crystals?
They might grab a mortar and pestle for grinding roots into powders, rather than holding up an amethyst stone.
Or maybe they have that little herb drying rack hanging on the windowsill, tracking how plants change as seasons shift outside.
Yes, plus a plant identification guide, since knowing exactly what you are dealing with is crucial for safety and efficacy in healing work.
And if we talk about strengths of this path, it offers such grounding steadiness and patience, which feels so vital right now.
It's also incredibly beginner-friendly because you don't need a sprawling backyard. Even a windowsill herb garden works perfectly fine.
Which brings us to the starter ritual idea. It sounds simple, but it actually teaches patience and mindfulness in one go together.
You pick an herb, name what quality you want to grow this week, then breathe slowly before drinking mindfully afterward, noting how you feel.
It's like having a conversation with nature rather than trying to command it or force outcomes through dramatic gestures.
And there is one huge misconception people have. They think they need permission from somewhere or expensive supplies before starting this path.
But the truth is, you don't even need a garden at all if your kitchen has basil, rosemary, or lavender sitting on the counter already waiting for you.
The key is learning 5 common herbs and their safe uses so you can move forward without worrying about accidental poisoning or allergies.
Especially since there are safety checks involved when using essential oils internally, which some people might overlook in a moment of excitement.
So the message is really just start small and repeat what feels good, because consistency often proves more powerful than any flashiness ever could be here.
It's about building that quiet relationship with soil, leaves, roots, remedies, all wrapped up in your own seasonal rhythm rather than trying to mimic others.
Which is why, if you're drawn to this path, I would suggest tracking one lunar cycle alongside the changes happening around those plants outside your window.
It connects everything back together. From what we covered earlier about connecting learning to your chart, so it actually lands on a deeper level rather than just floating away like data points in space.
Exactly, because magic works best when it resonates with where you already are and how your own energy cycles naturally through the day, week, or month.
So if that feels right to do next step, I highly recommend checking out Lunary's Grimoire app, which has a complete guide to plant magic embedded alongside your birth chart.
You can explore these herbal correspondences directly through the lens of what transits are asking you right now this week or month, specifically for Green Witch energy work.
It's designed so that every time you check in with Lunary, it doesn't just give generic horoscopes, but connects your personal growth trajectory to practical earth-based actions like growing something today.
And honestly, if you pull a card on the Green Witch Path section, inside there may be. One of those prompts will spark an idea for how to start incorporating this into your own routine.
Like asking yourself, what quality do I actually need right now, that could be cultivated through caring for something living near me instead of just thinking abstractly about it.
That's such a gentle way to approach things, though. And remember, whether you are green witching or following any other path, the goal is always grounding yourself.
which often means getting your hands dirty rather than staying perfectly polished in front of mirrors while nothing outside actually changes around us.
Thank you for listening to the Grimoire. Keep growing those intentions outwards, and let the plants remind you how strong we all are when working together as one living system here on Earth with each other.